Good morning, guys. It's Matthew with Pristine Window Cleaning. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Weather is absolutely gorgeous today. It's going to be a great day. I just want to take a few minutes and talk to you guys about what we got going on and some things that we did differently that really benefited us that you could keep in mind for yourselves. We were doing a solar panel cleaning for this house in this really nice higher-end HOA. And while we were finishing up, these two ladies pull up in an SUV and start asking us questions about what we do and how we do things, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, we can help you with whatever you need. What's going on? And like, well, we're with the HOA and we are looking to find a company that is reliable and insured and all that, we can recommend to our customers and the members of the HOA for when they need to get their houses washed. Because every so often they'll go through, they do an inspection, and then when they notice somebody's house is washed, they send them a notice saying you need to get this done per the rules and guidelines of the HOA. So we're like, yeah, sure, here's like 20 cards. They can go on the website, they can self-quote themselves, or they can call us, we'll do it for them, whatever's easiest for them. They do need to mention that they're part of the HOA because we'll give them a 10% discount for mentioning that as a added benefit for doing this for us. Like, great, sounds awesome. And then we decided after they had left and we had packed up, let's go in and talk to them, see if there's anything else we can do for them. And because we went in there and I was talking to the lady and she's like, do you wash anything else? I'm like, yeah, of course, whatever you need. What do you got? And she's like, let's go take a walk. So we went outside and they have a half fabric dome that they use for enclosing their tennis courts. So they're like, yeah, look, you see all this? And like, yeah, that's the organics, not a problem. That's something we could definitely take care of. Like, great, we want a quote for that. And then they're like, can we have you give us quotes for other things? Absolutely, sure. So then we went in and we ended up giving them a quote to wash the tennis courts, which was not gonna be a big deal, but that's gonna be a great ticket. And then while we were walking over to see where the water source was, they were telling me about how they're getting their pool redone for the community. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So what are they doing? They're like, oh, we're redoing all the tile, like the play ship for the kids. It's gonna be taken out and redone. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice. Are they, doing the deck too? And like, no, they're gonna leave the deck. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. And like, why? What's going on? I'm like, well, what color is the tiles and everything you're putting back in? They're like, oh, everything's gonna be brand new and white. I'm like, okay, well, the reason I ask is because based on that, if you look at this deck hasn't been washed in several years. It's not a big deal, but if you're gonna put all this money into getting this cleaned and replaced and fixed, you might as well consider washing the deck too, because it's gonna be a major contrast where this is very dark and dingy and that's gonna be bright white. So it's just something to think about and keep an eye on. I was like, yeah, you know what, let's get a quote for all three and we'll go from there. Cool, no problem. Originally, when I went to write the quote up, I was gonna do all three in one. I was like, you know what, let's not do that. Let's do an individual quote for each one. So if they decide to go with one or all three, we're not guaranteed, but we're more likely to get at least one. And we ended up getting all three, which is great. It's gonna be awesome. This is a really high-end community. We've been trying to get more and more business in already for a while. And we've gotten some business in there, but this is gonna be a huge thing for us moving forward. But it's just one of those things that taking that extra 5 to 10 minutes to go in and talk to them and see how we could help to take things off their plate and make their job easier, they're thrilled. They presented it to the HOA board, they voted on it, it was unanimous, let's do all three, let's keep them on record, and if we have anything else come up, we're gonna use them, make sure you recommend them to the different members in the HOA to get their house washed. All these different things came about because we took a few extra minutes to go talk to somebody and make a connection. And the reason I bring this up is because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to talk to people. I want to have as little interaction with them as possible and, get in, get out, make my money and go. And that's fine in certain situations. If you've had a long-standing relationship with a company or a customer and this is just a regular and they're not home anyway and you're just going to blow through and you're good, that's fine. But taking the extra little bit of time to make that connection with potential bigger contracts or even regular customers, because you never know who they are. It could be somebody who owns a multi-million-dollar company that can bring you a lot of work, or an investment or investor. Who knows who they are? You never know. So taking that opportunity to talk to everybody and build a little bit of a connection and then let those connections grow over time you know, like I've said in my past videos, like there's times that I make little notes of what my customer said specifically at a job. That way, when I go back, I'll ask them about it. Hey, how did that go? How was the graduation? How was whatever it is that they talked about? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you remembered that. And it's that those subtle layers over time, building this bridge, if you will, between you and your customers that make you invaluable to them, to the point that they will never get rid of you. They will use you constantly, and they will bring you a ton of work. I have so many customers that talk to everybody about us. One, because we make sure we do what we say we're going to do, but two, because we're personable. We talk to them, we care, and you know, we go above and beyond. And I'm not saying that to toot our horn, because I'm not. We value our customers to the point above all else, because if we didn't have good customers, we wouldn't have a business. And so right now we're doing thank you cards, handwritten, after every job. We reach out periodically just to say, hey, how's it going? Is there anything we can do for you? And we have email sequences that follow up with them after the job is completed, a month later, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 11 months actually, to, hey, it's almost time to get on the schedule again. But then also, we have a random one that goes out after, I think it's 4 or 5 months after their last service. Hey, we were just thinking about you. You're a great customer. We appreciate you. Here's $75 off. It's a simple thing we set up once. We never have to worry about it again. But those little things make a difference. And then we'll also reach out to them a month prior to their scheduling, if they've already booked the year prior, and say, hey, does this date still work for you? Is this time frame still good? Would you like us to move it? How can we best serve you and do better? And then a lot of people might think I'm crazy for this. We do happy calls. 2 to 3 days after each service. I don't care who they are. Every single customer gets a call and says, hey, this is so-and-so with Pristine Window Cleaning. We want to check in with you. How did we do? Could we have done anything better? Do you have any feedback for us? Right, wrong, indifferent, good or bad, it doesn't matter. The fact that we reach out to the customer and say, hey, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Give us your honest feedback. And most of the time, it's amazing. We've had a couple bad ones, but that's also very, very rare, and usually it's something we can fix. And that's why we call, because if they're not going to call us to tell us how bad it was or there was an issue, we can then go and say, oh, you know, we'll get on it right away. We'll take care of it. No problem. I got you. And that goes a long way with building credibility and goodwill. So it's just some things to think about. We're going over to this job to do exterior window cleaning. It's kind of, I don't want to say a weird job. It's a unique job. We've done it before. We're doing the exteriors on storm windows. This house is very old. It's a beautiful home, but they don't want to take the storm windows off because they're kind of bound. They don't really move, and we'd have to cut all this stuff out, and it's just not worth it. So we just do the exterior of those, and then we do the exterior of their sunroom. Those windows have screens on them, so we just open them up from the inside and clean them and then close them up. But we'll get you some footage. It's gonna be a good day. It's a short day, but hey, just some things to think about, guys. Take your time, bill accordingly, make sure you're not undercharging, make sure you're making money, okay? I don't care how busy you are. If you've got no money coming in because you're doing everything almost for free, it's not worth it. You don't have a business. You have a very cheap job, okay? Get your stuff done, guys. I hope you're killing it. It's spring. Let's reach out to those customers. Let's put out the signs. Let's do our marketing. Do what you gotta do, guys. You'll be successful. I got you. Talk to you later.